His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, has often said that being a good student is as important as being a good teacher. A great teacher may impart knowledge and inspire millions. But ultimately, it is the students who carry forward the torch of learning, keeping the flame of wisdom burning brightly for generations to come. In the same way, a revered master may guide many towards enlightenment, but it is his devoted disciples who help others to realize the truth and attain awakening. These individuals are indeed fortunate, having received the blessings of both a great master and the Dhamma, the teachings that lead to liberation. Today, we would like to introduce you to one such blessed disciple, Ānanda, who was not only a close companion of the Buddha, but also played a pivotal role in preserving and transmitting the Buddha's teachings to the world. And what makes this story even more fascinating is that Ānanda wasn't just any ordinary man. He was none other than the Buddha's beloved cousin and personal attendant. So join us as we delve into the extraordinary life of Ānanda, the Buddha's most devoted disciple. In ancient India, there lived a wealthy merchant named Suddhodana, who was also the brother of Maya, the mother of Siddhartha Gautama, who later became known as the Buddha. Suddhodana and Maya had 2 sons each, and the elder son of Maya was named Rahula. The elder son of Suddhodana was named Ānanda. Thus Ānanda was the cousin of the Buddha. When Siddhartha left his palace to seek enlightenment, he taught his first lesson under the Bodhi tree to a group of 5 ascetics, including his cousin Ānanda. Ānanda was deeply moved by the Buddha's words, and realized that this was the path he needed to follow. He left behind his old life and became a monk. From that day forward, Ānanda followed the Buddha wherever he went, and listened attentively to his teachings. He was eager to learn and understood the Dharma quickly. The Buddha was pleased with Ānanda's devotion, and once remarked that if he were to have another son, he would name him Ānanda, as Ānanda means bliss or joy. This was a sign of the high regard in which the Buddha held his cousin. Ānanda was not only a quick learner, but also a kind and gentle person. He was well liked by everyone, and was often called upon to mediate disputes between monks. His compassion extended beyond humans to all living beings, and he was known to rescue animals from harm. It was this combination of intelligence, kindness and compassion that led the Buddha to choose Ānanda to be his personal attendant. It was during one of their journeys that this pivotal event took place. They were traveling through a village when the Buddha told his disciples that the next day he would be spending the night at the home of a wealthy merchant. As usual, Ānanda was eager to serve and asked the Buddha, "Is there anything I can do for you?" The Buddha replied, "Tomorrow, when we arrive at the house of the merchant, there will be many people there and you will have to take care of me." Ānanda responded, "I understand, Lord, and I will do everything for your happiness," and so it was. That night, as they arrived at the merchant's house, people from all around came to see the Buddha. Ānanda assisted him as best he could, making sure he was comfortable and had everything he needed. But soon he found himself overwhelmed by the task. There were so many people to look after, and he was beginning to feel anxious and worried that he might not be able to do everything perfectly. Just then, he saw a young girl sitting nearby, and he went to her and said, "Please forgive me, young girl, for I am about to leave you and go away." The girl looked up at him and said, "Why are you sad? Are you going away because you don't like me?" Ānanda explained his situation and told her he would have to leave her and all the other villagers to spend the night alone with the Buddha. Hearing this, the young girl got up and walked over to where the Buddha was sitting. She bowed down before him and said, "Respected Lord, I have heard that you can read people's minds. Please tell me why your attendant is so troubled." The Buddha looked at Ānanda and smiled. He said, "Do not worry, Ānanda. I know what you are thinking. You don't need to be afraid." Then turning to the young girl, the Buddha said, "This young girl is very compassionate and wishes to serve me. Would you like to come with me and be my attendant, taking care of my needs?" The girl immediately agreed, and the Buddha, seeing her eagerness, said, "Very well, from now on you will be Ānanda's assistant. You will serve me together with him." At that moment, Ānanda felt a sense of relief and gratitude wash over him. He understood that the Buddha had not only chosen him to be his personal attendant, but had also given him the opportunity to share this responsibility with someone who was just as devoted and compassionate as he was. He knew that together they would be able to serve the Buddha even better and uphold the teachings of the Dhamma. And so it was that Ānanda and the young girl, who came to be known as Dhammadina, became the Buddha's attendants, serving him selflessly until his passing. And while Ānanda's role as the Buddha's attendant was primarily to provide him with comfort and support, he was also a keen student of the Dharma. He listened intently to the Buddha's teachings and put them into practice, striving to embody the principles of compassion, patience, and wisdom. The Buddha noticed Ānanda's dedication and once praised him, saying that, among all his disciples, Ānanda had the most faith in the threefold jewel, which consisted of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. One day, the Buddha fell seriously ill, and it became clear that he was nearing the end of his life. His disciples gathered around him, and when they asked him what would happen to them after he was gone, the Buddha said, "You must gather together in the forest at Udina and recite the Dhamma. That will be your refuge." Ānanda was deeply saddened by the thought of losing his teacher, but he knew that the Buddha was right. The Buddha's physical body may pass away, but his teachings would live on, and he vowed to do everything he could to preserve the Dharma. As the Buddha passed away, surrounded by his disciples, Ānanda felt a deep sense of loss, but also a renewed determination to honor his teacher's memory by upholding his teachings. He knew that it was now up to him and the other disciples to carry the torch of the Dharma and share its light with the world. After the Buddha's passing, as instructed, the monks gathered at the forest grove in Udina. For 7 days they discussed and debated the teachings of the Buddha, trying to commit them to memory. However, there was so much to remember, and they were afraid that something might be lost or forgotten. Finally, Ānanda spoke up. He said, "We have been friends and companions with the Buddha for many years. I believe that I have a good memory and can recall almost everything he has taught." The other monks were surprised and said, "We did not know you could recite the Dhamma, Ānanda. Please do so." So Ānanda began to recite the Dhamma, and for the next 3 months, he did not eat, drink, or sleep, but simply talked about the Buddha's teachings. Amazingly, he recited all 450 of the Buddha's discourses, and in doing so, established the foundation of Buddhist scriptures. When Ānanda finished reciting the teachings, the monks realized that not a single word had been added or removed. Ānanda's memory was so sharp that he had preserved the Buddha's words exactly as they were spoken. With the Dhamma now recorded, Ānanda continued to spread the teachings of the Buddha throughout India and beyond. He traveled from place to place, teaching others about the path to enlightenment. And wherever he went, he was greeted with joy and reverence. People loved Ānanda not only because he was the Buddha's attendant, but also because he was kind, compassionate, and wise. Eventually, after many years of dedicated service, Ānanda attained enlightenment and became known as the keeper of the teachings. His legacy lived on, inspiring countless people to follow the path of truth and compassion. Today, Ānanda is remembered not only as the Buddha's most devoted disciple, but also as a model of humility, loyalty, and spiritual dedication. He showed the world that, with unwavering commitment and a pure heart, one can truly become the embodiment of the teachings they hold dear. So the next time you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by the challenges of following the path of truth, remember the story of Ānanda. May it inspire you to press on, knowing that every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate goal of enlightenment.